Hi, Sue. Hi, Wendy. How are you all? It's been a very, very wet and rainy day here today.
Oh, we had such a major downpour.
Oh, no, it was really wet. Well, we didn't have quite as bad as you did, but it was certainly damp. But yeah, Mark sent me a video of the rubbish in the street just kind of floating down. Hey, Debbie, how you doing? I haven't seen you for a while. It's lovely to see you. Hi, Mary. I can say that and know exactly who I'm talking to now, which is so cool. Hi, Alison. Hi, Pat. Congratulations, by the way. Evening, Karen. Evening, Mark.
Hello.
Pat, your prize went off first class today, so it'll be with you hopefully tomorrow. So it'll be in time for class. Oh yeah, I'd rather. Well, I don't know. 90 plus degrees, is that hot or cold?
That's hot.
That's hot. Oh no, well I'd rather have the rain.
Yeah.
Hi, Millie.
I'd rather it be 32 degrees.
No, well I'm sure that's not 90 plus Celsius, because nobody could live in that.
That's going to be Fahrenheit.
Hi, Jen.
It's hot.
I get very. Why do you put that B picture up again?
Because it's the B book.
I suppose it is. As opposed to the A book.
Yes.
Next
comes the C.
Doesn't it just?
Or did I mispronounce that?
Yes, you did.
Yes.
Right. Hi, Julia.
From Washington State.
My sister's Julia. My parents called her Julia because, well, we call her Jules. But they called her Julia so that it didn't matter what social setting she was in, she would have a name for it. So whether she was Julia, Julie, or Jules, it all kind of worked. I could tell you that they did the same to me, but that will tell you far too much information about my given name, which I don't like. So I'm not going to tell you. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Kelly. Oh, no, Debbie, keep it. Sorry, love. It's all yours. Right, okay, so I think, I'm going to need some help here. If you've got a B-book kit from me, hi, Jen.
Oh, we've got Lisa from North Carolina.
Oh.
On YouTube.
Oh, who?
Lisa Fraser.
Hi, Lisa, on YouTube. You are very welcome here. Yeah, so I've got a query because I don't really know what's going on, but in my, because I had a kit that I used obviously to make up this book, and in my kit bag I have still got 2 pieces of 1500 micron grey board. Can somebody tell me what you've still got left in your kit, please? I know that's an awful question. I really should write this stuff down. Are you all following my my list of my how I make a mini, because it's starting to get like really real, where I'm really telling you just how disorganized it really is. Hi, Luann. Hi, Anne. Okay, Mary's got one time. Do you know what? That's kind of what I'd really hoped. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, right. So what we've got to do tonight, let's see if we get it done, we should do, is we need to first of all put our pages in our book, which is what we're going to do first of all. And then what we're going to do is we are going to make our shaker pocket, which is underneath here, and put in our shaker and our spare bees, etc., because I've put some of the little golden bees in mine. And then we're going to make that flap to go on the top, and we'll get round to decorating. I'd hope this is going to be the last one, so we'll have to see how we go. So probably I need to stop talking and get on with it.
Yes.
Thank you, dear. So,
yes.
We've got our pages here that we put in our book last week, and we've mitered the corners, haven't we? So what we need to do is take our 4 pages and decide what order we want to put them in our book. And seeing as I've got them that order, I might as well put them in that order. Why not? Now, when I'm putting in my pages into a book, I like to do it backwards. So, hi, Jill. I know the feeling. So backwards, so back to front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my back page, which is going to be this one. I'll just take that out. I don't know where that came from. And I'm just going to pop this onto this hinge here. So as you know, we've still got these bits at the side. where we're going to put our page. So if I just put that there, it fits up to where that score line is. Okay, so what we've got, because if you remember we did our stack the deck hinges, what we've got here is a 1/2 inch kind of extra bit of hinge, and now our page lines up with that score mark that we made. Okay, is this all making sense? Hi Tracy. So what we want to do is glue our page. Really should look what I'm doing. Glue our page onto that hinge there like that. Okay, now, not that I'm suggesting that I did this for 1 second, but when you're gluing it in, make sure that you glue in the right bit. Okay, glue it into that pocket of the base page. Don't glue it into the flap. Okay, just saying is all. So what I need you to do is put some glue on either side of this hingy bit up to that score line that we've got there. Okay, so some glue on there and on the other side of that hinge as well, up to that score line, like that. Choose the right bit of your page. Pop it onto your hinge like that. Make sure that it all lines up, that your page lines up here, that it lines up with the top and bottom of your book, and squish it down. Okay, so that is our first page in. Okay, now I'm just going to check the next page. I mean, it's got to fit, surely.
Surely.
Let's pop that on there. That is going to go onto that hinge up to where that score line is. So it's going to sit on there like that. So I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to glue up to where that score line is, kind of like 1/3 of the way down the hinge or up the hinge. So that's 1/3 and that'd be 2/3. Put some glue on the back. Let's pop that in. Up to those score lines. Make sure, oh, put glue on mine, that was good.
Oh, no.
Make sure that that's stuck on both sides. It lines up and that's our next page in. Okay, same again. Or if Bianca's here, she'll understand. Or Ulrika, same procedure as last year. Yeah, Mark knows.
Yes, I understand.
I know. Oh, I forgot to check this one. Well, I'm sure it'll fit.
Of course.
Of course it will.
Of course. What could possibly go wrong?
Well, I could glue it in the wrong bit.
Well,
This is me, so it is entirely possible. Oh. There we go. As you can see, I haven't finished decorating mine, but never mind. Okay, so that's in. And then my last page,
which is the first,
which is actually my first page. Check that it's the right bit of the book. Pop that on there like that. Gosh, that fits. There's a surprise. And let's put some glue up to that score line. Last one in. There we go. So that is my pages in. Obviously, I need to finish decorating. Right, now, once this is all dry, okay, oops, what you can do is, let me show you on mine, is I have just put a blank, this is just flat paper. Hi, Ruth. Onto the inside here, okay, so that's just got flat paper. And then you can see here, on all of these bottom bits of the hinges, like there, and there, okay. What I've done is I have cut some strips of the pattern paper and I've glued those onto those bits of the hinges so it all looks very pretty, okay. And in the middle you'll be able to put a third one in. All right, so that's what I've done. And then flat again at the back. So that's something that you need to do to decorate. Thank you, Jen. I'm rather fond of this one. Although I must admit, I like other Jens. Jen from Canada, because she's used Graphic 45, not that I'm biased. Tell the Bees. And it does look pretty darn good in that, I have to say. All right, so we're good. I've got cat hair on mine, just for a change. No. So that's all the pages in the book. What I need to do now is make my shaker thing on the front. So you've got a sheet of 1500 micron left. So what we need to do is for me to grab my rubbishy cutting board, which is all not flat, a piece of grey board, and look, proper knife. And we are going to cut two. You see, if you're using 1500 microns, cut two. If you're using the really thick chipboard, the 2250, just do one. Hi, Lorraine. Oh, yum. I agree, June, it isn't. So we're going to cut these at, is it 4 3/4 by 6? Okay, so actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the 6 first. Oh, take my glasses off.
Jennifer asks, which Graphic 45 did you both use?
Well, I didn't use Graphic 45. I've used a set of papers by a British company called Craft Consortium, which you can buy worldwide. And it's called Tell the Bees. But Jen Klosterman used Tell the Bees. No, the bee. Is it called Tell the Bees? I don't know. Oh, my brain's gone now. Anyway, the Graphic 45 one, which I've got somewhere. Anyway, it's beautiful. We should put it in group today. Was it today? I think. Maybe. I don't know. Right. So, let it be. That's it. Oh, gosh, I want to burst out into song now. Yeah, I didn't say do burst out into song. I said I wanted to.
Well, you didn't.
No, I know.
Ruth confirms it is let it be.
I should know that.
You should.
Right, I'm keeping this because it's good for not using sticky foam pad stuff. Okay, right, so I'm cutting 2 at 4 3/4 by 6. Is that right?
Yes.
It wasn't 6 1/2.
Well, it's just...
It is 6. Yeah, it is 6. Yeah, it is 6 because the books with
a 1/2-inch frame.
Yeah. Now, if you're not used to cutting grey board or chipboard or whatever you want to call it, a little tip: don't try and cut it in one go. The best way to save your wrists and your fingers is to keep cutting over the same area several times. So hold your ruler down. Gentle pressure. That's a good one. With your knife. And just keep cutting through until, there we go. Okay. Right, what I'm going to do now, because I've just found it easier in the past, is I'm going to draw a frame around mine. And we want a frame of 1/2 an inch. I know I'm doing this off camera a bit, but I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm just drawing a frame that is 1/2 an inch. Oh, pardon me. Okay, so you can see there what I've done is I've drawn a 1/2 inch frame all the way around that piece. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut that middle piece out. But I'm just going to do this one as well. Do you know, I love our grey board. It's recycled, which every so often you get like these little bits in it, like little bits of typeface or other little things. It's kind of cool, really.
It's magic.
Right, okay, so I've got my 2 pieces with the frame drawn around. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut that frame out. Okay, so hold on 2 ticks.
Time to look away.
Right, and I am going to just cut out this frame. I haven't cut myself edges. I want to know.
I'll just put this here.
It's in my way. It will make me cut myself. I have got a cut on my finger here.
Oh,
I have zero idea. No, well, I did it. No, I did it the other day, and I don't know. I don't know how I've done it. No idea. Right. Okay, so now I'm gonna. I hope you notice I'm using my safety rule.
I have noticed. Well done.
That's only because I've lost my other one.
Good girl. Oh, I saw that. I didn't see.
Oh, God knows. We haven't finished.
It's on the table in the dining room.
Oh, we haven't finished unpacking from the weekend yet because we had our International Scrapbook Day weekend, which was aces. It was just brilliant.
It was brilliant.
So much cake. And I still haven't finished unpacking because I've been involved in other projects. In fact, we had a live last night. Yes. In fact, I did do a little impromptu live earlier on today in the group. I didn't even tell Mark that I was going to do it. And I gave you a little sneak peek of the next subscription book and the amazing cut files that we've got to go with it from Jenny Wren. I did a little unboxing, which is kind of cool.
Oh, I don't like what insinuating there.
What's that? Oh, just let me get rid of it. Message. It's just in the wrong place. What am I missing? That's why we're worried. Cal, did you lose your... Oh, that's a good point, Jill. That is a good point.
Don't look at me.
Where's my ruler?
It's on the table in the dining room.
No, it's not. That's the really big one.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it is. Hi, Julia. Yes, we do. We absolutely ship worldwide. What it costs depends very much on the weight. If we can keep it under 2 kilos, which is ideal, we send it Royal Mail, which is not a bad price. If it's over 2 kilos, we send it FedEx, which actually isn't a bad price either because it is so quick. So it would kind of be a case of negotiation. So if there's stuff that you want and it's not, most of the kits are all under 2 kilos. That's a given. It's very, very rare that they're not. In fact, the only one that's ever been over 2 kilos, oh, pardon me.
18 grams it was.
18 grams over 2 kilos was the Vagabond briefcase.
What did I have to do to that?
You had to butcher all the boxes to take away the 18 grams. Anyway, everything, all the other kits are pretty much under 2 kilos, which is accident rather than design, I have to say. But if you're ordering a number of things and you want me to weigh them so we can chat about postage, that's not a problem. I'm going to cough again in a minute. And it isn't, COVID. It's I was hungry and I've just eaten some crisps and I've eaten them too quick.
You breathe them in rather than eat them.
Yeah. I'm going to do a little bit of product placement now. These are the Aldi ones, aren't they? They're from Aldi. Aldi, yeah. The sister found them. These are the best crisps in the world. But I've got them stuck in my throat. They're so good.
They're not that good, then.
Well, no, it's just because I didn't have a drink and I just ate really quickly because I was hungry.
All the races don't mention FedEx.
Oh.
My favourite people at the moment.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, dear. That's not good.
And on a bright note, Jill loves Aldi.
Me too.
Me too. I do prefer Lidl.
Yeah, we go to Lidl usually on a Tuesday night because we go over by Dad. Except we didn't this week. We've been mixing it up.
We like their bakery section.
Yeah, we like the bakery section. And they didn't have any pain au chocolat last week, did they? Which was very upsetting.
No,
the fresh ones. Or cheese twit. Well, we haven't seen those for ages, have we?
No, they've always sold out.
Yeah. Right, so those are my 2 frames and they're cut out now, okay? So what I want to do is I want to glue one on top of the other, okay? So I'll just get my glue.
Oh, they've lost some blood samples.
Hey? Oh, no. Oh, God, that's terrible. That's not good at all.
Should have got my brother to deliver them.
Or
Julie's.
yeah, the blood bite people, they're amazing.
Edward.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was, these should be the same size in theory, but I think we all know my cutting out isn't fantastic.
Well, Jen says crisps equal chips, chips equals fries. She's learning a new language.
Yeah, crisps is what, chips. Chip. Yeah, that's it. And chocolate is not candy. We don't really have candy at all. We have sweets.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, right. So we've got our frame, which is going to sit on the front of our book. I'm so relieved that's the right size. Which is going to sit on the front of our book like that. Okay, we're going to put the bits in a minute. But what we need to do first is decorate up the back of our, this bit here. But also, we need to cover this frame. Even though we won't see it, it's still nice to cover it. So if you have a look at my original here, I've actually covered it with the tape. Now, I know that we've obviously got our other, if we're not using tape to make our books, so we can just use some, sort of plain paper to do that. But I am actually going to use the
Jen says,
tape.
Pudding. Don't get us started on pudding.
Yeah, pudding. Why would you call pudding? Mind you, that's a northern thing. Northern British thing. It's pudding, which is the sweet stuff that you have after you've had your main meal, mostly. Up north, that's pudding. Unless it's a Yorkshire pudding, although they were sweet sometimes.
Yeah, you can have a jam.
Yeah. Anyway, that's something different. Otherwise, it's a sweet, isn't it?
Or a
But
dessert.
not sweets. That's different again. I'm actually starting to really worry about our language. Right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this now. So if I put that there, I'm going to do this very badly because you don't see it. It does not have to be perfect at all, which is good news.
Is wet and sloppy.
No, not necessarily. Pudding's just what dessert, which is different from your just desserts.
I'm confused.
I know.
Yes, Jen says our pudding is anything dessert.
Well, ours is if you're a northerner.
We do have sticky toffee pudding, which reminds me
We've got one in the fridge, and we've got a rhubarb crumble.
Oh, and custard.
Oh. You can tell we haven't had tea yet.
Yeah, we haven't had tea.
Sorry, dinner tea. I don't know.
It's tea.
It is tea. Unless you like posh or southern.
Lorraine's mum and dad used to call it afters.
Yes, that's a good one. Now that makes sense.
Well, she said mum, not mum.
Yeah, well, mum's right, M-U-M.
No,
You
mom.
see, round here it's mom, like the American
Not everyone
mom.
says it. Some people say mum round here.
Hey?
Some people say mum round here.
Oh, I don't know. I'm just confused.
I say mum.
You say mom with an O. And Rachel calls me mum with an O, even though I'm not. I'm mum with an M. No, I'm not. That's not what I want to be. I'm mum with an M.
Tea comes in a mug or cup.
A mug.
No, she said tea comes in a mug rather than a meal.
Oh, well, yeah, that too.
Yeah, tea time.
Tea time's like any time, actually, but...
Jill says who cares what it's called as long as you can eat it. Oh,
well, I think that's a fair point.
That is a very fair point.
Yeah.
Not that we've had a chance today yet.
Your time will come.
Oh, yes. Says they're saying English is a hard language to learn. Not surprising, is it, when even we don't get it.
No. But that was one of the things about going to Germany, which was somewhat refreshing, but rather strange, learning German. Because I don't have any, I mean, I learned French at school. I mean, I'm just talking about learning another language in general, but it's just that I noticed it with German because I was learning German because we lived in Germany. And like in English language, you've got lots of words that mean very, very similar things. Now, they do mean it. They are all slightly different in meaning, which is, I think, what the problem is. But like when we were over in Germany and I was trying to think of a word for like pretty. So you could have like pretty or beautiful or gorgeous or stunning or all of these things. Or cat. Oh, you're such a sweetie.
Well, that's another confusion.
But you would just kind of have one word in German, which is so sensible, but very weird because to me it didn't quite get the meaning across that I was trying to portray. Does that make sense? It's a bit weird, I know.
Did a good job there, dear.
Oh, I'm not sure about that. I quite enjoy it, even though it's not terribly tidy. So if you've not got tape and you're using pattern your cardstock or a piece of paper would be better, really. You're just gonna stick it on. I mean, we have done it before, and I'm trying to think. If you go back and look at maybe the Bloom Street video, you'll see, and it'll probably be one of the last videos in the series. You'll see how I've done it with paper to cover any frame.
Yeah, Jenny's 32-year-old son now calls our trunk the boot.
Yeah, the boot.
We've lived with a brick for 2 years and it's rubbing off.
Good, that's what we like to say.
Yeah, we like to.
We'll take over by osmosis.
Yeah. Don't get them all drinking tea yet.
Well, I think that's pretty much already there.
We say bin, we don't say trash can.
And then we've got words like that are spelt the same but pronounced differently. So like refuse, which is rubbish, and refuse, as in to say you're not doing something. They're both spelt exactly the same way.
And read and read.
Yeah, read and
Read.
Well, yeah, but when would you?
You spell the same.
Yeah, I know, but when would you?
I read that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Army.
So yeah, I think English is a very weird language, and I am very glad that I grew up speaking it, because there is no way I would ever
Reading
learned.
a book and reading the town.
It's yeah.
Well, Plaistown's another one altogether.
Oh, we were talking about that was I talking to about place names, and we were looking for silly rude ones.
I don't know.
Was it Shell? I don't know why I think it was Shell. Shell might be watching actually.
Yeah. Knob and knob.
Okay, Tallulah, we need to know the funny story.
Mary says it was her.
Oh, yes. It was. I remember now.
Upper Ram's bottom.
Yeah, that's a good one. Right, so I've covered that frame. But before I stick it on there, I want to actually cover this. So let's decide what paper I'm going to use for the cover of my book. I have to be honest and tell you that I don't think you can beat this one, this golden honeycomb one, because it's just so lovely. But I might, if I've got it, I might use one of the bee ones, you know, the laminated bee ones. Let's see what I've got. See, that's gorgeous, and it's foiled.
It's very nice.
But I like that one, and it's laminated. Have I got the lighter one, though, that's laminated? Yeah. You know what? I'm going to use this one. I'm going to rebel. Rebel and rebel.
There you go.
There's another one. Right, okay, so I'm going to cover this. So, get the trimmer. Let me just measure it, because I can't remember. You'd think I'll remember by now. 5 1/4 by 6 1/2, isn't it? Yeah, 5 1/4 by 6 1/2. So 5 1/4, just under. What's the width? 1 3/4, isn't it? 1 1/2.
Yeah.
Oh, darn it. That is such a... Oh, hang on. Hey. Am I being cleverer than I think I am? Oh, God, I'm amazing.
Yes, you are.
I amaze even myself sometimes. 1 1/2. Oh.
Oh.
What?
Julie Lane's just coming out with lots of place names.
Oh, yeah.
And she specifically mentions one from our neck of the woods.
Not
in
Shooting
Staffordshire.
Butts Lane.
No, this is Moisty Lane.
Oh. Oh, I don't know that one. Where's that?
I don't know.
Right, so let's make sure I've got this the right way up, and let's put this on the cover. Okay. Let's pop that on. Oh, look, I've got some blue with that one and some red. I love this grey board. So
See the
cool.
dots from there. Sue has the butts and Spanker Lane.
Wow.
There's a butts round here somewhere.
The Shooting Butts Lane
Yeah,
in Rugeley
that sounds painful.
does a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put this one on.
Cute.
I didn't check this fitted. Probably should have.
Should have.
Should have. Yeah, should have.
Sorry,
Whatever.
Sorry, dear.
Okay. Let's pop that on there. Nice.
Noise.
Nice. Okay.
Noise.
So what I want to do now is take my frame.
Renee.
I'm going to put some...
Renee says hello.
Hello, Renee. How are you, lovely?
I bet she's Boston.
Boston.
Boston. Austin in Boston. That was converted to by Auto.
Oh. Okay, so I've got some glue on my frame, and now I'm going to put it right in the centre of my front. Let's just pop that on there like that.
Mary's got Fanny Ann's Lane and Lily Crap Court.
That's unusual.
Yeah. Minnie asks, what do you call the silver knob that you put on the spine to hold the tassels?
Okay, that's a charm hanger. And we've got 101 different, well, not quite that many. We've got quite a few different ones in the shop. So if you go and look at Book Hardware, you'll find lots of charm hangers. I mean, that's what I call them. I don't know if that is what they're called, but that's what we call them.
I'll put a link up to a typical one.
Yeah. But we've got all sorts of different colours and styles. Right, okay, so that is our little frame on there. Now, ideally, I think I'd probably clip it and leave it to dry for a while, but obviously we haven't quite got time to do that tonight. But I'll clip it and leave it whilst we do the next bit. So let's just clip that down.
Susan Payne says, "Hiya, I'm very late."
You are, but it's all right. We'll let you off because it's you.
Yes.
Are you singing Christmas songs?
Yes, Christmas. I've got my red t-shirt on.
Oh.
Ready?
Yeah.
Millie says, "Thank you."
Well, what did I do?
I put link up to the
Oh.
book hardware.
Right, so what I'm going to do next is several things.
Oh.
But I'm going to get my trimmer.
Jenny asks, "No Kitty's helping today?"
No, they're very quiet, aren't they?
Actually, they're usually on the level.
They are. I don't know if anybody's here at all.
I'll take a look.
Yeah.
Knees bend. Oh, Storm's there.
Storm's there. Oh. Right, so I want to cut my acetate and I want to cut the flap that goes over, and also I want to cut the frame because there's a frame that goes over here, which is this. Okay, so we need to cut this flap, this, and the acetate that goes on the front of our shaker. So let me grab my book, my bag even. Oh, Max. Oh, where have I put all my bits?
You must have done. Good job.
All of the bits that this is because I've got about 6 books on the go.
7.
At least. Oh, hang on. Right, I found a bit of acetate. There's my card. It was around there somewhere. Right, okay, so I'm going to cut my flap first, which is what size, dear?
I'll find it. 4 3/4 by 6 1/2.
4 3/4 by 6 1/2. I need to cut a second one that size for my frame. And then I need to cut my bit of acetate, which is pretty much the same again, but I want to cut it ever so slightly under. So I'm not going to cut it at 4 3/4. I'm going to cut it at 4 5/8 by 6 3/8. Okay, so it's ever so slightly smaller. So.
Oh, Ali says, "Me and Polo are here. We joined late, so I didn't want to disturb you."
Oh,
hello.
Hi, Polo.
Hello.
So that piece of acetate is going to fit onto that, except I've cut it far too big. It's not 6 1/2. What am I doing? Right, we've got one that was 4 3/4 by 6 1/2. We want one that is 4 3/4 by 6. No, because it's not a structural piece, so I didn't bother. And then we're going to cut this one, which is 4 3/4. No, it's 4 5/8 by 5 7/8. So that's going to fit on top of there like that. Yeah. So if I grab my scoreboard, right, we've got these two pieces. One is our frame and one's the flap. The longer one, which is the flappy one, we're going to score on the 6 1/2 inch side at 1/2 inch. Okay. Then we just need to fold on that and burnish. Okay, so the frame piece.
Lynn says hi. Morning, she says.
Morning, Lynn. I'm going to draw it on. I'm going to do not a 1/2 inch frame.
Not a lot.
I'm going to do a 5/8 of an inch frame. Okay.
A bit bigger.
So it's a little bit bigger. So it's not 1/2 inch. It's 5/8 of an inch, which means it's 1/8 of an inch
Smaller.
wider, bigger than the frame underneath. So the frame isn't 1/2 inch, it's 5/8 of an inch.
Cute.
I have a horrible feeling that I've cut this the wrong size. No. Okay. Right. So what we need to do now is cut that middle out. At least it's only card, so it's not going to take too much to do it.
Okay, now. Sweet.
Okay. So I've got my frame. Right, now we need to put it all together. So let's take these off. So before I put my sequins in, I'm going to prep. And I'm going to use, to glue this acetate on, I'm going to use 2 things. I'm going to use some, you can use red tape, or you can use that lovely super strong polyester tape that we sell.
That is Boston stuff.
And I'm going to use some glossy accents. So that super strong polyester tape, what I'm going to do...
What size are you using, dear?
Well, I'm just using any of them under 1/2 inch will do, but I'm just going to use the super thin one because that's what I've been using for the What's It book. Okay. So I'm just going to put that on the inside part of this frame here. The other thing that's really nice about this polyester tape, as opposed to the red tape, is when you pull the backing off, it's not electric. So it doesn't follow you all the way around the house, and it doesn't stick to cats or anything, which is kind of nice. Yeah, that other stuff's so that's there. So let me just take that off. I've taken the whole thing off. That was clever.
I'll actually glue it with my picture on.
With your what? No?
Brand your own.
With you? Oh, don't be silly. Trying to give me some Gorilla Glue. I hate it when you say stuff like that. Although it is marginally funny, I will give you that.
That was the intention.
I know, but you know, and I hate it when people put themselves down. Although you're hairy like a gorilla. I mean,
Yeah,
on your
exactly.
head. I'm just adding that in there. Right, okay, so, oh, man. Glossy accents. You just prick the end out because it has a tendency to get clogged up. Hang on. I'm just trying to get a little pin. You wouldn't think it would be that difficult. Right. So let's just unclog that. I'm just going to put some glossy accents around there like that. And now we're going to put the shaker stuff in the shaker pocket. So you have got a truckload of sequins. These are actually left over from my original book, so I'm not going to open a fresh packet. I'm going to use what I've got. So I'm just going to place those in like that. Spread them out a bit. Maybe a few more.
And I did count each individual colour out into the bags.
No, you didn't.
Well, that doesn't.
Right, we've got some little golden bees left, so I'm going to put 2 inside. So let's put a bee in my shaker pocket. Now I'm going to get my acetate. I'm going to make sure it's clean and not covered in cat hair. Well, there's no chance of that in this house, to be honest. So my shaker pocket is going to have added cat hair. Oh, you see, now I've electrocuted it because I rubbed it on my jumper.
Oh, you know now.
How can I unelectrocute it?
You need to ground yourself.
I need to I need one of those. There is a thing, stamping thing. Right, so let's put that there over the top. Stick that down. There we go. And there's my shaker. Woo! Shaky! Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this frame on the top there, like that. So I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to put some double-sided fancy tape, so red or the polyester.
Anti-static bench sheet, talc.
Oh, yes, that's a good thought. Not that we've got any, but a dry tumble dry sheet thing.
Yeah, that's all.
Okay, so let's take that off. What time is it?
It's 25 past 8.
Okay, well, I think what we'll do is we'll put this together, but we are going to be another week. I'm going to decorate it next week, mainly because I don't know what the heck else we're going to do. Oh, let's put some glossy accents on.
Oh, slap a bit of that on.
Yeah, I think we'll decorate it up next week. Okay, So let's put our frame on top like that. Yes. Make it all nice and tidy.
Super.
Stick it down, and then we've got our flappy thing, which goes over the top like that. So I'm just going to use my regular glue.
3D.
Like that. And I'm going to stick that on the top there like that. So I think that's going to do for this week. I know I'm dragging it out a bit, but I haven't got anything for us to do next week, so I'm not sorry. Sorry.
Jen says the next book is Jubilee.
It's a Jubilee book, which is right in front of me.
No sneak peek.
I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I'll have that to show you by the weekend, and I'll get it into the shop on Friday. If not before. No, it'll be Friday.
Next Thursday tomorrow.
Yeah. So I'll get that in the shop on Friday, probably at 5 o'clock, but I'll keep you posted on that one. Or maybe 7:30. I don't know. And I'll try and see if I can't send them out on Saturday. And you might have them in time for class. Right. So, okay, that's where we are for now. So I've got my shaker, and I've got my flap, and I've got my book. So I'm going to leave that to settle for a week. And we'll come back here next Wednesday and finish that off, because we've got quite a bit of decorating to do, as you can see on the front here, with all of our sparkles and nice things.
Shimmery.
We'll see you tomorrow in Crafting Together with all brands for the next part of that big folio for the Box of Delights. We've got our in-person crop on Saturday at Dunstan. If anybody wants to come and join us, let me know today, please. That'd be grand.
We had a good time last week.
We did. And then Sunday is 6x6 Sunday, and it is the Hot Tropics book. If you want a kit, I've got a couple left. If you want one, organise it now. If you're in the UK, I'll send it first class tomorrow, so you'll get it in time for Sunday. Mark will put a link up. So that, I think, is it. We'll see you back here next Wednesday for the last part of this. And enjoy the rest of your week. Thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll see you really soon. Bye.